Hey guys, Yajbani here and I'm back with another video. I've been using the iPhone 7 for the past couple of months and I've noticed that the battery life is not the greatest. So I'm going to be sharing some tips to improve battery life for your iPhone or any iOS 10 device. Let's get started. The first tip for if you're in a situation where you need to save battery is to turn on low power mode. You can do this by going into settings, going down to battery and sliding the toggle on for low power mode. Once you do this, your phone disables things like Hey Siri, background app refresh and a few animations, saving a lot of battery. Tip number 2 is to head down to settings, battery and scroll down to battery usage. Here you can see data on how your battery is being consumed. You can get a good idea of which apps have been consuming most of your battery life and you can cut down on using these apps. You can also view how much time the app has been running on screen and in the background by clicking the little clock icon. If you see an app you rarely use using a ton of battery in the background, you can turn off background app refresh, which brings us to our next tip. Tip number 3 is to turn off background app refresh. You can do this by going into settings, general, background app refresh and sliding the toggle off. My personal advice is to switch off background app refresh completely, but you could also choose the apps you want to switch background app refresh for. This prevents apps from running in the background while you're not using your phone. Tip number 4 is to control your location services. To do this, first head into settings, privacy, then location services. Now you need to look for apps which say always and change them to while using or never. Here you can see Uber is always using my location services. So click on Uber and change the settings to never. Now scroll down and head into system services. Here I'd switch off location-based Apple ads and location-based suggestions as both are uses. Also be sure to switch off all options under product development as these are not useful unless you're a developer. Tip number 5 is to disable the Hey Siri feature, which uses a considerable amount of battery as it is using your microphone constantly. To do this, enter settings, Siri and slide the toggle which says allow Hey Siri off. Tip number 6 is to turn off race to wake. With iOS 10, the new race to wake feature was introduced. To disable this feature from consuming your battery, you can head into settings, click on display and switch off race to wake. The final tip on the list is going to be to disable Handoff. Handoff is a feature which basically hands over tasks from your iPhone to your other iCloud devices. If you don't need this, you can disable it by going into settings, general, Handoff and then switching it off. So that's it guys, those were 7 tips to improve battery life on your iPhone or your device running iOS 10. Thumbs if you liked it, subs if you loved it. Stay on that ultra light beam and I'll catch you guys in the next one.